Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I do have my patio open, it's pretty windy and nature is at its best, so I want to get into this. I pulled a 3-card layout and I'm drawn to who is funding and directing the Minneapolis unrest. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and please be kind in my comment section because everybody is entitled to their own views. Okay, let me share the layout with you guys. Yesterday, investigative reporter James O'Keefe released footage that pulls back the curtain on what's really happening beneath the surface of Minneapolis unrest. What's being shown isn't spontaneous anger. It is organization. Now that's what I'm getting strongly on an intuitive level. Organization, funding, and training. The cards open up with the 5 of Swords, pointing to a conflict engineered for victory at any cost. This is not about community voices. It's about manufactured chaos where pawns are sacrificed so unseen players can win the chessboard. Or checkers, whatever you like. See, I told you guys from day one when I started doing geopolitical, I always sit with my own intuition and I'm always on the opposite side, but it's okay. At times, speaking your inner truth can be grueling, especially when you have to be cautious how you word things, say things, put thinking codes. But I'm tired of doing that, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Moving on. The energy deepens with the devil, revealing binding contracts, ideological chains, and financial dependency. The people in the streets, that you're seeing are not acting alone. Now, there are some that are, in fact, protesting legit, but there are a lot that are not. This card speaks to networks, NGOs, and unions, including Service Employees International Union. Let me say that again. Service Employees International Union, entangled with money flows that track back to the United States government-funded channels. I'm going to get my ass kicked for this one. Yeah. This is the card of manipulation disguised as moral purpose. People convinced they are fighting righteousness, even to the point of risking life itself. And no, I'm not saying everyone in the streets is getting paid, but a lot of them are. And my heart goes out to the 2 individuals who have lost their lives, regardless of how they were put there. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Next, we have the Hierophant, the institutional architect. Now, this is where legitimacy is manufactured. Programs, think tanks, and swamp initiatives. I have to say swamp for demo. Provide the moral cover. Names surface here, most notably Maria Stefan, connected to the Horizons Project. The Hierophant doesn't riot. It uses authority. It creates doctrine, training manuals, and frameworks funded through entities like New Venture Fund, the U.S. Agency for International Development, and National Endowment for Democracy. On the surface, think of reform. Underneath, think of coordinated influence. And I know, it's a lot to take in. The 4th card that came out of this layout was the 7 of Cups, which is about exposing deliberate confusion. Exposes the truth. Too many narratives, too many slogans, a fog of causes meant to obscure the source. This card says distraction is the strategy. Keep the public arguing over symbols while the structure behind it all remains hidden. Records, funding trails, audits, and current affiliations have not fully surfaced, but they will. The illusion cannot hold. They will show. The spread closes with the Judgment card. This is the Reckoning card. Investigations expand. Past actions resurface. Accountability moves upward, not backwards, or toward the people in the streets, but toward the real decision makers, planners, and financial conduits. The Judgment says, truth does not stay buried. The real leaders of this insurrectionary movement will be identified, named, and exposed. And I already gave you a clue. I'll give you one more. So we have Stefan, and then we have someone, let's just say Sayer. Okay. This is not a random unrest. That's what I'm getting off of it. And it's just, I wanted to pull, and this is the cards that came out. I feel like this is an organized conflict, and it is meant to be masked as activism. And its architects are coming into the light, and they are coming from higher power, not from the people in the streets. At least not all of them. And before I end this video, I want to share a 2026 message for the collective. As we move deeper into 2026, it's becoming clear that we are no longer living in a cycle of coincidence. We are living in a cycle of exposure. What once operated quietly through institutions, fundings, channeling, and influence networks is now struggling to remain hidden. The public is beginning to sense that many so-called grassroots movements are not organic at all, but structured, trained, and strategically deployed. This year marks a turning point. The old method, confusion, emotional escalation, and constant crisis has reached saturation. People are tired. They are asking harder questions. Who benefits? Who funds? Who trains? And most importantly, who gives the orders? 2026 is not about sudden collapse. It's about structural stress fractures in the systems built on narrative control that are facing resistance, not from force, but from awareness. Documentation matters now. Records matter. Follow-throughs matter. The fog only works when people stop looking. And this year, people are, in fact, looking. They're doing their research. They're speaking out on it. And the enemy doesn't like it. There is also a reckoning within leadership itself. Silence is no longer neutral. Inaction is being interpreted as consent. Those who fail to protect the integrity of governance will be remembered just as clearly as those who overstepped it. For the collective, the message is simple. Stay grounded, stay observant, and don't be emotionally pulled into engineered extremes. This is a year where truth moves slowly, but once it surfaces, it sticks. What's revealed in 2026 doesn't disappear in 2027. In fact, it never will. This is not the end of the story. It's the moment where the real story finally starts being told.